So what's up, guys? So yeah, this basically this video basically be a couple of minutes to help you guys start off your Bubble project. So yeah, on this one we'll be starting off on a new page. So first off, click here, and then we'll click on Add New Page. And I'm just gonna call this login page. Let me see, sign up login. Okay, apparently I have that already. So let me just see and sign up login new. Now while that is opening up, now we'll be building from a Figma file, right? For example, on this Figma file, this is basically a row layout. Like we have the left side and we have the right side. But if you can notice, we can see all these tiny little circles. Now we can do this on Bubble, but this would be, I feel like this would be much work, right? And then we really can't scatter it around as it was done here on Figma. So what you can do, right, is export the background image, right? So let's click on exports, preview. Okay, no, that's not the image I want. The image we'll be exporting will be the ones that just have the white background with just the shapes, right? So I'm trying to identify that. Can be crazy at times trying to identify particular frames that you'd like to export. Okay, I think we might be getting closer. Nope. So at times how the elements were grouped on the page may or may not end up being an issue. So I think that's what is causing the problem here. For example, something like this could be easily exported. I want to hope. So for example, this pop-up element should have been grouped separately. Okay, it was grouped separately. That's why we have this rectangle, right? Now what I'm looking for now is this. And just give it one more shot. I don't know, I just can't find it. So anyway, let me go on with something else. Let me see, maybe I'll find it on this. Still the same issue. Right, in that case, let me start up with building this whole page, right? This whole thing. So now this whole thing is in a column section, right? You guys should know that. So first off, let me quickly upgrade the responsiveness here. Alright, so that's done, yeah. Okay. So now first off, we start off with the group, right? You bring a group in. So when you bring a group in, then you have this option, this page option. Now first things first, like I've told you guys that you should ensure you always remove the container layout. On mine, so it can either be row or a column, because this is not the primary container I'm going to make use of to hold all the contents of the page. This would be my primary container, right? So let me just change this to a column. I'm just gonna leave it on 700. So now this will be my primary container. Let me just name it group primary container. So this will basically hold all the elements. That's this group will basically hold all the elements on this page, right? This is basically the home page or the landing page or whatever. So this will that will basically hold everything. Now I've called it the group primary container. Now by default, our container layout will have to be a column, right? Now we'll start off with building. I don't know how to say the header, but that should be very straightforward for you guys. So we'll start with building this group, right? So I'm just going to be pretty fast about it. So I'm going to paste this here. It's going to be a row, because we have this and we have this, right? Now in this particular case, we want to export this image. So I'm going to click on export. This will be pretty sharp. Now in web development, SVG is much better to export with, because of how it scales up or scales down, whichever one. So as image 2, I'm going to come in here. Obviously I want the column to expand as far out as possible. So basically this is what we use. When you want something to stretch to the max width that it can, stretch to the max width of the parent container, this is what you use. So once again, let me repeat, anytime you need a particular element to stretch to the max width of a particular parent of the parent group or the parent container, you use horizontal stretch, right? Now let me say I give this a height of say 400. Now you can easily actually get the height on what's it called, on Figma. Now between the top of this logo here and here, you can see the ruler here that stops at 889. I hope you can see the value 889. Yeah, so I'm just going to copy. I will change this maybe later on to 889. Now there's some situations where the height on Figma might be unnecessarily long compared to what you will need on Bubble, so I can just leave it on 400 for now. Now I'm going to bring in an image text. So I'm going to upload the image I downloaded. So in this case, this looks like a 1 by 1, like it looks like a square, right? In this case, we want a 1-to-1 ratio. Equal width, equal height. But the max width can say the max width should be, say, I don't know, because I love to use percentages very often. I'm going to say max width of say 60%, yeah. And then this takes up the rest of the space. So really quickly going to bring in another group, yeah. Let me ensure that okay. Yeah. So bringing another group as usual is going to be fixed, but we want it in the column. Right, so we're going to remove minimum width because that's what's causing the issue there. Centralize it, or rather just stretch it out. So that's going to give it same minimum width of, let's say, 400. Yeah, now I have the text I need. I'm going to bring it back in here. Now here we can come in to get the exact font name and font weight and the font size. So this is Frederica the Great. So I'm going to remove style from here. Frederica the Great 462. And you can see, in fact, you can even also copy the content and paste. Yeah. Now by default, Bubble gives this fixed width issue so ensure you remove it to avoid any problems later on. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this and paste it in here. Oh no, okay, well, I can copy and paste it here, and then I could just go getting the exact font. It's called Lato 418. Lato 418, and then duplicate this. Yep. Now I'm gonna fit this. As you can see, it fits everything. Now there's some space in between this 25 as well, based on what we have here. So I'm gonna add, instead of using margins, which is much slower, I'm just gonna say 25, and we have the same result. Now there's no space here, so I'm gonna use apply gap spacing to also add space to the column, right? And we can see how that's done. I think the only thing pretty much left is the button, so I'm going to scroll over to the button element and paste it in here, and obviously make it the last thing. So what do we have here? Book a class today. Yeah, book a class today. As you can see, it was completed in minutes. Why? Right, so I'm just going to expand this to fit, and then maybe add the padding of 20, add a padding of 20, and here you go, pretty much built. So as long as you already have something to work with, all you need to do is just copy paste and export when needed. So I hope this video was helpful.